COVID-19 is a contagious disease discovered in December 2019. In January 2020, the disease spread worldwide, resulting in the COVID-19 pandemic. The first wave in Kenya happened in July to September 2020. An order by the then President Uhuru Kenyatta to restrict movement of people as a measure to control the spread of the disease followed. This cessation of movement would later turn more aggressive, and it led to an era called the lockdown period. One particular person would dominate the Kenyan media with briefings on the disease, the Health Cabinet Secretary, Mutahi Kagwe. It's through this man that we would know the roots of a genius who blessed us with a lockdown hit. Or is it the other way round? Look, Misiwezi record turned Kahu's mainstream, and after guys recognized the CS is his dad, scrutiny started. Both positive and negative, but Kahu succumbed to the negative, bowing to the pressure that comes with fame. So he decided to dip, which left people asking, where is Kahu? Did he fall off? I am Leo Zaresa. I do investigative reports. Like and subscribe for more videos like this. The COVID lockdown period affected many industries in a negative way. The music industry had artists cancelling their tours and shows to adhere to COVID-19 protocols and ensure public safety. However, during hard times is when the light can shine bright for some individuals who can turn the unfortunate into fortunate. With many people indoors, remote working became the trend, and tech innovators set their eyes on the prize, developing ways that facilitated human interaction and task performance remotely. A very good example is Zoom. As lockdown measures got more and more strict globally, the need for distraction and joy became inevitable. Kahu started making music for fun, but his song Misiwezi became a hit in late 2019. This record completely changed Kahu's life, even the way he thinks of music. When he put it out, there was no intention of blowing up, not even a hope. It was just about rapping for fun for the homies. Before the record, Kahu had released a couple of songs, but they got 0 plays. Misiwezi made Kahu realize that music isn't just a hobby, it's an industry and there is money to be made. On 17th March 2020, he released his first studio album, Nico, with 11 tracks. And to be honest, it wasn't that big, and I listened to the whole album while chatting with my friend as it played on the background. We didn't have our focus on it, and it was partly to satisfy our urge of listening to trap music. We wanted to appreciate Kenyan music instead of listening to Migos every time then, so we gave Kahu a chance. I must admit, one track by the name Dabo Dabo was outstanding to me. The melody was on point and the start of the beat is catchy. There was only one feature in the album, in a track called Sippin' with an artist called Jerome, whom I don't know, justifying he did music for fun or maybe because he was an upcoming artist. He released Symptoms music video, the only one out of the Nico project, despite Dabo Dabo being the biggest out of the project, even with the numbers. However, I understand sometimes artists take risks and you are not in control of most of the variables, as your audience is the final judge of your music. Symptoms was the leading single that was released before the Nico project, then it was included in it. This is one of the strategies in album release. The other strategy is to release the whole album project with no leading single and just go with what the fans decide as the best tracks for the project. Then you can release the music videos based on this metric. Mixing the two strategies, however, is viable because sometimes you release singles with no intention of dropping an album and they become massive hits, necessitating inclusion in the upcoming album. In July 2020, he teamed up with Chain hitmaker Chris Kaiga to release yet another banger, Mastingo, that quenched Nairobi cool kids' thirst. In Nairobi slang, Mastingo means style, and from the track Kahu can be heard saying, "That's my stingo," meaning that's my style. Mastingo isn't just about innate style, but also cool dance moves, as depicted in the retro-themed music video. The vibe of the video can be likened to the Kenyan party anthems, and to be specific, it's a feel-good trap anthem. This song is a good one. The chemistry between the two artists exists. You can see it when they are turn-taking dancing as one watches the other. Chris Kaiga stated it marks their first of many collabs with Kahu. We need a joint duo collab album from these two. I'm not aware of any joint album project from single entity artists in Kenya. This would slap like that 21 Savage Metro Booming and Offset Without Warning project. Others are Wild on Drugs, which is a mixtape, Dumb and Dumber, and you get the concept. Kahu was enjoying the limelight after his breakthrough hit, Miss Uwezi and Mastingo collab. Where light exists, so does darkness. Now every move Kahu made had so much caution, since a wrong step and critiques would be all over social media calling him out. No one is perfect, as they say, and things caught up with him. He was partying with friends contrary to the COVID-19 protocols that restricted such social activities. He thought all was well after the small party, woke up in the morning to calls from a few people. It was about a video that had been recorded during the party showing Kahu having fun despite the COVID restrictions. He knew he had messed up. On Sunday, August 9, 2020, while addressing the public, Mutahi Kagwe responded to calls by a section of politicians to resign and a video of his son partying. Kagwe failed to deny or confirm whether it was indeed his son, in the video curtly stating that all his sons were above 18 years and, as such, were accountable of their own decisions. Speculations were rife in 2022 about whether the talented rapper was related to Kagwe, the health cabinet secretary. He addressed the rumors and revealed that the musician was his last-born son and was among the talented kids. After his collab hit with Chris Kaiga, Kahu wasted no time in feeding his growing audience. On 11 December 2020, he released his second album, Wanted, in Nairobi, with 13 tracks. He featured 3 artists in it, including Boutros, the Shrap God. The best track out of this was Sana Up, to be honest, and Kahu released its music video, the only from the album. The video is edited by Omoke, who is a go-to for the young and Kenyan artists. After viewing the video, one particular face is noticeable. The Kenyan man magnet, Kahu. Literally on IG, whenever I went to her profile, I found a couple of my friends liked her pics. At that point, she was not known as a standalone influencer. Sana Up has the lively upbeat. It suits whenever the Nairobi uptown kids have a road trip in Prado TXS, maybe their parents, whenever they are not using them. So they are chill listening to other calm music, and then Sana Up comes on. Suddenly they are lively with the nature of the bubbly instrumental. Kahu tapped in with Nairobi's favorite, Lil Maina, on Nothing That I'm Doing, a track inspired by a viral video of Tahiti High actor Omosh asking for help from Kenyans, as in he was jobless. The video is chopped by Omoke and the instrumental is from Spotem Gotem's hit song, Beatbox. They also did a viral dance challenge inspired by the Spotem Gotem's track. In 2022, he did 2 singles, namely Such a Beautiful Death and Gory Season, both of which were included in his next album project. He released If We Do Not Give Up, an album with 11 tracks. He did Looking Good's video, chopped by Omoke once again. The vibe of the track is the entrance song played during Nairobi Cool Kids events like fashion meetups. A couple of familiar faces, Kariwahu once again, and the Mr. Reels himself, Limans Ben. Limans Ben was a Kenyan Soshi. If you have checked the Masoshi era video, you understand. He capitalized on the new feature on Instagram, that is Reels, which was introduced to rival TikTok. He was known for the party lifestyle every weekend and on weekdays. You could see on his IG stories and Reels. He posted Reels showing Nairobi's bubbly party life in popular hangout spots like K1, shows and other events. His videos included influencers and baddies. After the If We Do Not Give Up project, Kahu hashed with no project. This might have been partly because he enrolled at Nottingham University in London, studying politics and international relations. His decision to focus on academics led to speculation that he was quitting music for good. On his Instagram stories, he left a goodbye message to his fans. On 7 July 2023, after about 2 years, he dropped an album titled Uptown Chokora, which I only noticed while checking his discography on Spotify prior to this video dropping. It's a 10-track project featuring 4 artists. 2 of them, Brida and Boutros, are mainstream. This album featured only on Spotify and isn't on YouTube. From late 2021 onwards, I thought Kahu quit music, to be honest. However, this can be a strategy in music to keep fans anticipating for new music, increasing demand after cutting off supply. It's notably used by Kendrick Lamar, who often dips and isn't active on social media. then pops out releasing a project, does a couple of shows and tours, then dips again. His arch-rival Drake does the opposite by consistently dropping or releasing projects averaging an album a year, doing singles and featuring on collaborations. On February 2025, while I watch YouTube videos, I see a recommended video from Mic Check podcast hosting Kahu. That's random. Relating it with the deep and pop-out strategy, I think he is having a project. These appearances on podcasts and other shows by artists are mostly to promote their upcoming projects. For example, after Central C dropped Can't Rush Greatness, he appeared on Blackboy Mark's stream. For sure, Kahu has a project and is an album titled Kiyama. It has 14 tracks with no features. That's crazy and props to him for going all alone. The album was released on 9th January 2025. It's about a month old and I had no idea about it. I can't judge it this way cause I haven't listened to it. Let me know if you want videos on Kenyan songs music reviews. Kahu has announced that he will now put his full attention into his music career. The musician will be performing for the first time in Kenya after 1.5 years. The last time he performed was in 2023 as he shared on the interview with Mic Check podcast on January 30, 2025. Kiyama is Kahu's middle name after being in the UK studying international relations while preparing to focus on music. He revealed he has graduated and is now full-time in music. He returned to Kenya in December 2024 and acknowledged that he had disappeared from the music scene to focus on some personal issues, adding that fame came early for him, along with the challenges of cyberbullying. With a fresh outlook on fame and a renewed passion for music, Kahu is ready to spoil his fans with music, this time on his own terms. What do you think about Kahu's comeback? Is he here to last? Like, subscribe and watch this awesome video next.